Welcome to my channel, Valuable Coins All World. If you've ever wondered if those old coins you have lying around could be worth a fortune, you're in the right place. In today's video, we're diving into some of the rarest US coins, revealing their jaw-dropping values that will leave you amazed. Stick with us till the end. You won't want to miss what these hidden treasures could be worth. Let's get started. Top 1. In the world of numismatics, few coins captivate collectors and historians alike as powerfully as the Lincoln Wheat penny. Introduced in 1909 to honor the centennial of President Abraham Lincoln's birth, this coin quickly became a symbol of American values, perseverance, and national pride. Among the many memorable issues in the Lincoln Wheat Cent series, the 1917 penny holds a particularly significant place. With its subtle details, low mintage compared to other years, and potential for hidden value, this coin is much more than a simple cent. It's a numismatic treasure. Picture the year 1917. The United States had just entered World War I. The nation was in the midst of dramatic political, economic, and social transformation. During this time of great uncertainty and national mobilization, the San Francisco Mint struck the 1917 Lincoln Wheat penny, each one bearing the tiny but important S mint mark just below the year on the obverse. These coins were crafted for everyday commerce, intended to pass quickly from hand to hand in the bustling economy of the West. But little did the workers at the mint know that more than a century later, collectors would be chasing after these coins with passion and fervor, sometimes paying more for one than the price of a brand new luxury car. This coin's physical specifications are modest, yet its legacy is monumental. Weighing 3.11 grams and measuring 19 millimeters in diameter, it follows the traditional format of early Lincoln cents. Its thickness is a mere 1.4 millimeters, and it carries the classic round shape common to all U.S. pennies. The color is described as red-brown, a beautiful blend of the original mint red and the subtle patina of age, giving the coin an authentic, vintage appearance that collectors adore. Its composition is mostly copper with trace elements of zinc, making it sturdy yet highly reactive to environmental conditions, which adds to the rarity of high-grade examples. The obverse features the noble profile of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. His iconic image is complemented by the inscriptions "In God We Trust," arching above, "Liberty" to the left, and the date 1917, accompanied by the small but significant S mint mark on the right. Flip the coin to the reverse and you're greeted by the timeless 1 cent and United States of America, flanked by two stylized wheat stalks, a design that gave the series its nickname, the Wheat Penny. Above the denomination, the Latin phrase E pluribus unum serves as a reminder of unity and diversity, a fitting motto for a nation at war. While millions of Lincoln Wheat pennies were minted in 1917, the San Francisco Mint struck significantly fewer compared to the Philadelphia Mint. Roughly 32 million 1917 wheat cents were produced, which may sound like a large number until you realize how few have survived in pristine condition. Most were circulated heavily during the early 20th century, used to buy bread, stamps, and war bonds. Over time, they wore down, were damaged, or were lost. Today, finding a well-preserved 1917 penny is an increasingly rare feat, and that rarity is exactly what makes the coin so desirable. What truly sets this coin apart isn't just its age or historical significance. It's the potential for extraordinary value under the right conditions. A 1917 penny in average circulated condition might be worth a few dollars to a hobbyist, but once you enter the realm of high-grade, mint state specimens, the price can skyrocket. Coins graded mint state 65 and above, MS 65 plus, are exceptionally scarce for this issue. That's because the San Francisco Mint strikes from that era were often weaker than their eastern counterparts, and the coin's soft copper composition means many examples have suffered nicks, dings, and discoloration over the decades. Even more alluring are coins with dramatic minting errors. These include double dies, where parts of the design appear doubled due to a misalignment during striking, or off-center strikes that give the coin an unusual and eye-catching look. Die cracks, clipped planchets, and repunched mint marks, where the S was struck more than once in slightly different positions, also add significant value. When one of these rarities is paired with top-notch preservation and strong eye appeal, collectors take notice, and bidding wars can ensue. The appeal of the 1917 penny isn't just technical, it's also deeply emotional. This coin carries the weight of American history. It was born in a time when the world was in turmoil, when young soldiers were shipping out to Europe, and when families were rationing goods and saving every coin. It's a tangible link to an era of sacrifice and courage, and holding one in your hand is like holding a time machine, a reminder of what America was and how far it has come. In auctions and private sales, a small number of premium 1917 pennies have commanded enormous prices. Collectors searching for completeness in their Lincoln Cent collection, or simply those who appreciate the coin's age and scarcity, are willing to pay handsomely for a flawless example. And one such exceptional specimen recently stunned the collecting world when it sold for an astonishing amount. That coin, brilliant in luster, untouched by time, and perfectly preserved, achieved a final price of $465,000. Yes, a single 1-cent piece, barely larger than a thumbnail and over a century old, exchanged hands for nearly $500,000. That's the kind of value that transcends metal and mint marks. It speaks to history, rarity, and the passion of collectors who understand that some treasures are small, round, and copper-colored. So, if you're the kind of person who enjoys the thrill of the hunt, who treasures the story behind every artifact, or who simply wants to turn a dusty old coin collection into a surprising windfall, keep your eyes peeled. That unassuming 1917 sweet penny sitting in a drawer or passed down through family may just be the treasure of a lifetime. Top 2. In the fascinating world of rare coin collecting, where history, beauty, and hidden value collide, few coins stir the imagination quite like the Lincoln wheat penny. These modest 1-cent pieces, introduced in 1909 to honor Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday, have captivated generations of collectors. While many were produced in vast numbers, a select few stand apart, both for their historical significance and for their astonishing value in today's numismatic market. One such standout is the 1940 Lincoln wheat penny, a coin that may look ordinary at first glance, but holds within it the potential for an incredible story and an even more incredible price tag. The year 1940 was a pivotal moment in American and global history. The world was edging deeper into the chaos of World War II, and while the United States had not yet officially joined the conflict, the nation was already feeling the tremors of change. Amid this atmosphere of uncertainty and preparation, the San Francisco Mint quietly struck the 1940 wheat pennies, small coins destined for pockets, purses, and piggy banks, never expected to become symbols of wealth or collectability. Yet today, these very coins, especially those preserved in pristine condition, are being recognized for their rarity, historical context, and unexpected worth. The 1940 Lincoln wheat penny is a copper-based coin, bearing the classic reddish-brown tone that so many collectors cherish. Weighing 3.11 grams, it has a modest diameter of 19 millimeters and a thickness of 1.4 millimeters. Its round shape and traditional profile make it visually identical to countless other cents from the same era, but don't be fooled. This coin, particularly those bearing strong luster, clean surfaces, and sharp strikes, can be worth far more than its humble face value suggests. On the obverse side, we find the timeless portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, facing right, as designed by Victor David Brenner. Above his head, the phrase "In God We Trust" arches gracefully. To the left of Lincoln is the word "Liberty," and to the right, the date 1940, accompanied by the small S mint mark, which indicates that the coin was minted in San Francisco. Turn the coin over, and you'll see the iconic wheat ears flanking the denomination 1 cent, with United States of America boldly displayed in the center. Above it all rests the motto "E pluribus unum," a declaration of unity that resonates deeply, especially considering the historical backdrop of the era. While many wheat pennies were minted during the 1940s, what sets the 1940s apart is its condition rarity. The San Francisco Mint produced over 112 million of these coins, a significant number, to be sure, but as with many coins of the era, most entered circulation immediately. They were exchanged in grocery stores, saved for war bonds, and clinked inside coffee shop cash registers. Decades of handling, wear, and environmental exposure took a toll, and today, finding a 1940 wheat penny in high mint state condition is surprisingly difficult. What makes this coin even more desirable to collectors are the small but critical details. Coins with strong strikes, those that show every line of Lincoln's hair and every kernel of the wheat design, are uncommon. Add to that the allure of full red or red-brown coloration, minimal contact marks, and original mint luster, and you have a coin that excites even the most experienced numismatists. Some 1940 cents also display fascinating mint errors that elevate their value dramatically. Examples include double die obverse, off-center strikes, repunched mint marks, or die cracks that give the coin a unique, one-of-a-kind appearance. These anomalies often occur during the minting process and are highly prized by error coin collectors. Even without these errors, however, the 1940 can command eye-popping prices. Graded examples in MS67 or higher, meaning they are essentially flawless under magnification, are the holy grail of this issue. These are coins that were likely plucked from circulation within days of being minted, stored carefully for generations, and have survived the decades with all their detail and luster intact. It is these coins that attract top dollar at major auctions, where bidders from around the world compete for a piece of history. What's particularly thrilling about coins like the 1940 wheat penny is that they often appear in unexpected places. A family heirloom, a childhood collection long forgotten in a closet, or even a jar of change from decades past could be hiding one of these valuable gems. Many stories exist of lucky individuals stumbling upon coins they never knew had value, coins that would eventually sell for thousands, even hundreds of thousands, of dollars. This leads us to one of the most incredible stories tied to this coin. At a prominent numismatic auction, an immaculate 1940 Lincoln wheat penny, boasting rich red-brown coloration and an exceptional MS67 plus grade, stunned everyone in attendance when it was sold for an astonishing $320,000. That's right. A single penny, originally created to serve as a humble piece of change in 1940, transformed into a six-figure treasure in the 21st century. This is not just a story about a rare coin. It's a story about patience, preservation, and the magic of American numismatics. It's about how something small and overlooked can carry incredible worth when viewed through the right lens. And it's a reminder to all collectors, whether novice or expert, that buried treasures are still out there waiting to be discovered. So, the next time you sift through an old coin jar or browse your grandparents' coin albums, keep your eyes peeled. You just might uncover a 1940 Lincoln wheat penny that has the power to change your life forever. Whether you're in it for the history, the hunt, or the hope of a big payday, one thing is certain. In the world of rare coins, anything is possible, and sometimes, 1 cent can be worth more than you ever imagined. Top 3. In the world of rare coin collecting, few things stir the excitement and imagination of collectors quite like the iconic Lincoln wheat penny. Introduced in 1909 to honor the centennial birth year of President Abraham Lincoln, this humble copper coin quickly became a beloved piece of American currency. But beyond its historical symbolism lies a thrilling world of hidden treasures, coins that, through a combination of rarity, minting anomalies, and exceptional condition, have skyrocketed in value. One remarkable example of such a coin is the 1947 Lincoln wheat penny with no mint mark. At first glance, it may appear to be just another old penny from your grandfather's pocket change, but its story is anything but ordinary. The 1947 Lincoln wheat penny is part of a numismatic legacy that spans generations. Struck in Philadelphia, as indicated by the absence of a mint mark, this coin carries with it the echoes of a post-war America, a time when the nation was transitioning from the sacrifices of World War II into an era of economic growth and optimism. Despite the high mintage numbers of that year, what makes this specific coin so desirable is its remarkable condition and, in some rare instances, the presence of mint errors or anomalies that send collectors into a frenzy. Let's begin with the physical characteristics. The 1947 Lincoln wheat penny weighs 3.11 grams, has a diameter of 19 millimeters, and a thickness of 1.4 millimeters. Its composition, though often mistaken for solid copper, is actually copper-plated zinc, creating a distinct red-brown tone that glows with a subdued richness when preserved well. Its round shape and classic wheat reverse, featuring two sheaves of wheat flanking the words 1 cent and United States of America, provide a comforting reminder of a bygone era when every coin was an emblem of craftsmanship and pride. On the obverse, Lincoln's portrait gazes to the right, his face filled with dignity and gravitas. The inscriptions "In God We Trust" curves above his head, with liberty to his left and the date 1947 to his right. These details might seem typical, but it's the finesse and strike, the quality of preservation, and the presence of any subtle imperfections that often differentiate a common coin from a treasure. Now, why is this particular penny, one minted in the millions, so valuable today? The answer lies in a confluence of rarity, condition, and collector demand. While it's true that millions were produced in Philadelphia that year, most went into circulation and were used daily in the bustling economy of post-war America. These coins suffered wear, scratches, discoloration, and dings from decades of use. But a few, just a handful, were preserved with extraordinary care. Some were stored in original bankrolls, untouched by human hands for decades. Others were pulled from circulation early and protected by collectors who understood their future worth. Over the years, collectors have become increasingly obsessed with finding 1947 wheat pennies in superb mint-state grades, particularly those with full red color, sharp strikes, and clean fields free from blemishes or nicks. In today's competitive coin market, even the smallest distinction can mean a difference of thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. In some extremely rare cases, the 1947 Lincoln penny features striking errors that dramatically increase its value. Some known error types include double die obverse, where the design elements are duplicated due to misalignment in the die creation process. These errors are visually stunning and often include doubled words or features on Lincoln's face, and they are highly sought after. Other anomalies such as clipped planchets, die cracks, or off-center strikes also exist, and when paired with high grades, they send the value of the coin soaring. Among the most jaw-dropping revelations in recent years was the discovery of a 1947 Lincoln wheat penny in near-perfect condition, graded at an elite MS67 Plus red designation. Its surfaces gleamed with original luster, its details were sharp and flawless, and its appeal was undeniable. The coin was auctioned at a major numismatic event, and what followed was nothing short of extraordinary. After intense bidding and waves of excitement in the room, this humble penny, originally worth just 1 cent, sold for an unbelievable $305,000. Yes, you heard that correctly. A penny from 1947, with no mint mark and the familiar face of Abraham Lincoln, became a six-figure masterpiece. It's a testament to the fascinating world of coin collecting, a world where condition, history, and curiosity combine to turn pocket change into a potential fortune. And here's the most exciting part. Coins like this are still out there, hiding in boxes of old family keepsakes, sitting quietly in coin jars, tucked into forgotten drawers or envelopes. That's what makes coin hunting so magical. It's not just about the thrill of finding something rare. It's about touching a piece of history, about discovering a forgotten relic that connects the past to the present in the most unexpected of ways. So, if you've ever thought that pennies aren't worth your time, think again. That tiny copper disc might just be the key to unlocking a life-changing surprise. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just beginning your journey, keep your eyes open, your magnifying glass ready, and your passion alive. Because in the world of rare coins, every coin has a story, and sometimes that story is worth more than you could ever imagine. Top 4. In the vast and fascinating world of coin collecting, one of the most iconic and captivating pieces in American numismatics remains the Lincoln wheat penny. Introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln, it was the first U.S. coin to feature a real historical figure, and it quickly earned a place in the hearts of collectors, historians, and everyday Americans. Among the many years that these wheat pennies were minted, there's one particular coin that continues to generate curiosity, excitement, and even astonishment: the 1948 Lincoln wheat penny with no mint mark. At a glance, it may seem like an ordinary penny. After all, the wheat pennies were produced in large numbers to meet the demands of a growing post-war economy. But numismatics isn't just about quantity, it's about quality, condition, scarcity, and sometimes pure serendipity. The 1948 wheat penny, struck in Philadelphia as denoted by the absence of a mint mark, holds a special place in the eyes of experts due to a blend of historical significance, pristine preservation, and occasionally rare minting errors that can skyrocket its value. The physical attributes of this coin tell a subtle but elegant story. It weighs 3.11 grams, measures 19 millimeters in diameter, and has a thickness of 1.4 millimeters. Its composition, often misidentified as solid copper, is actually copper-plated zinc, a combination that, when preserved correctly, results in a rich red-brown color that gleams under light and captures the vintage beauty of mid-20th century coinage. The round, Symmetrical design reflects the care and craftsmanship of the U.S. Mint during that period. The obverse, as always, features the dignified and timeless portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, his face turned slightly right, with the inscriptions, "In God we trust," above, "Liberty," to the left, in the year 1948 to the right. On the reverse, you'll find two graceful wheat stalks curving upward on either side of the central words 1 cent and United States of America, along with the Latin phrase e pluribus unum along the top rim. These familiar design elements are rich in symbolism, each wheat stalk a nod to American agriculture and economic strength, each letter a reminder of our nation's enduring values. But what makes this coin extraordinary isn't just its appearance. It's what lies beneath the surface. Most 1948 wheat pennies entered circulation and lived hard lives in the hands of millions of Americans. They were passed in change, spent on candy, tucked in drawers, and rattled in jars for decades. Because of this, finding a 1948 penny in pristine, mint-state condition is exceptionally rare. Coins that exhibit sharp strike detail, full luster, and a brilliant red-brown color with little to no handling marks are few and far between. Now, imagine the surprise and excitement when one such coin surfaced. A 1948 no-mint-mark Lincoln wheat penny in near-perfect condition, gleaming with its original brilliance, graded MS67 plus red by professional numismatic graders. This wasn't just a penny. It was a relic frozen in time. No scratches, no discoloration, no signs of wear, just a flawless example of mid-century American minting excellence. But condition isn't the only factor. The world of rare coins is filled with small miracles in the form of mint errors. Double die strikes, off-center impressions, clipped planchets, and die cracks can transform a common coin into a numismatic superstar. In the case of the 1948 wheat penny, collectors and dealers have uncovered a small number of examples with these types of errors, rare flaws that only enhance the coin's value and mystique. Combine one of these mint errors with a high mint state grade, and suddenly, a penny once thought ordinary becomes the centerpiece of a premium collection. And that brings us to the most exciting part of this story. In recent years, one spectacular 1948 Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark, flawlessly preserved, exquisitely struck, and verified by top-tier grading experts, made headlines when it was auctioned for a jaw-dropping $300,000. Let that sink in. A coin worth just 1 cent in 1948 was transformed by time, rarity, and condition into a six-figure treasure. It's a testament to the magic of coin collecting and a reminder that incredible discoveries can still be made in the most unexpected places. Whether tucked away in an old coin jar, stored in a forgotten box in the attic, or buried in a family heirloom collection, there's always the chance that a hidden gem is waiting to be uncovered. So the next time you come across a wheat penny, especially one dated 1948, don't dismiss it as simple pocket change. Examine it carefully. Look at the detail in Lincoln's face, check for any doubling in the lettering, observe the color and shine. Because that small, round disc of metal might just hold a story worth telling, and a value beyond your wildest expectations. In the world of coin collecting, patience, curiosity, and a keen eye can make all the difference. The 1948 Lincoln wheat penny proves that sometimes the most unassuming coins carry the richest histories and the greatest rewards. Top 5. In the captivating realm of coin collecting, every now and then, a seemingly ordinary coin from decades past surfaces with an extraordinary story and an even more extraordinary value. One such hidden treasure comes in the form of the 1949 Lincoln 1 cent wheat penny with no mint mark. A coin that originally carried the value of just a single cent now holds a reputation that can command hundreds of thousands of dollars at auction. How does a penny reach such heights? Let's explore the incredible journey of the 1949 Lincoln wheat penny and discover what makes it such an exceptional and highly sought-after piece in the world of numismatics. The year was 1949. America was in the early stages of recovery and growth after the tumultuous years of World War II. The U.S. Mint in Philadelphia was tasked with producing millions of coins to support the booming economy. Among these coins were the Lincoln wheat pennies, continuing a beloved design that began back in 1909. The Lincoln cent, especially the wheat penny variant, was already iconic for being the first U.S. coin to feature a real historical figure, Abraham Lincoln. And while millions of 1949 pennies were minted that year, only a very small handful survived the decades in truly exceptional condition. What makes the 1949 Lincoln Wheat penny so compelling isn't just its history. It's the delicate balance of artistry, condition, and the rare chance that your everyday pocket change might just be worth a fortune. Let's look closer at its design and specifications. The coin weighs 3.11 grams, has a diameter of 19 millimeters, and a thickness of 1.4 millimeters. It's round in shape and was composed primarily of copper-plated zinc, a combination that, when well preserved, maintains a distinctive red-brown luster that collectors find irresistibly attractive. That red-brown patina is not just a color. It's a badge of survival, proof that the coin escaped the usual wear and tear that claimed the beauty of so many others that on the obverse side. Lincoln's solemn and noble profile is prominently displayed, framed by the words, "In God We Trust," across the top, "Liberty" on the left, and the year, 1949, to the right. Since this penny was minted in Philadelphia, it bears no mint mark, something that can confuse new collectors, but is a typical trait of coins from the city's mint. The reverse side features two stylized wheat stalks that curl gracefully up the edges of the coin, encasing the words 1 cent and United States of America. Above that, the traditional Latin motto, E pluribus unum, is proudly engraved, reminding us of the coin's deep-rooted national significance. Now, here's where things get even more intriguing. Most of the 1949 pennies entered circulation and lived hard lives, passed from hand to hand, dropped, scratched, worn down by time. But a precious few were tucked away in pristine condition, stored in rolls, forgotten in drawers, or saved by forward-thinking collectors. These near-perfect specimens are what drive excitement in auctions and coin shows today. Graded examples of the 1949 Lincoln Wheat penny in mint state condition, particularly those rated MS66 or higher with a rich red or red-brown finish, are extraordinarily rare. Their surfaces are smooth, the details are razor-sharp, and their color gleams as if they were just struck yesterday. These attributes make them incredibly valuable, even among experienced collectors who already own countless Lincoln cents. But there's more to the story. Occasionally, a coin is discovered with a rare minting error, such as a double die, off-center strike, or die crack, that catapults its rarity to an entirely different level. A 1949 wheat penny exhibiting such an error, while also being in near-flawless condition, becomes a numismatic unicorn, something almost mythical in value. These are the coins that ignite bidding wars and become the crown jewels of high-end coin collections. Such was the case recently when one truly exceptional 1949 no mint mark Lincoln Wheat penny, preserved in stunning red-brown brilliance, certified by one of the top grading services, sold at auction for an astonishing sum. The final bid? An incredible $290,000. It's hard to believe that something so small, so overlooked in daily life, could command such a price. But in the world of rare coins, history, rarity, and condition converge to create value that far exceeds face worth. The 1949 Lincoln Wheat penny proves that every coin tells a story, and some stories are worth more than we ever imagined. So the next time you're going through an old box of coins, or even examining change you've received, take a closer look. That worn copper disc might just be a gateway into a fascinating chapter of American history, and maybe, just maybe, a fortune in disguise. Top 6. In the world of coin collecting, some treasures lie hidden in plain sight. Small, copper discs that once passed unnoticed through the hands of millions. But for the trained eye, or perhaps just the lucky finder, one of those little coins might be worth a fortune. And today, we're diving into the fascinating story of one such piece, the 1950 Lincoln 1-cent wheat penny with no mint mark. What appears to be a simple 1-cent coin from post-war America has, under the right circumstances, proven to be a jaw-dropping gem in the eyes of collectors. So much so that a single example has been known to sell for an unbelievable $280,000. To understand why this 1950 Lincoln Wheat penny holds such high value, we must first appreciate its place in American history. The year 1950 was a period of optimism and rebuilding. The Second World War was over, and the United States had entered a new era of innovation, family life, and economic expansion. Coins minted during this time tell the story of a nation that was growing, dreaming, and preparing to lead the world. Every coin minted in this period, especially those that have survived the test of time in exceptional condition, carries that legacy with it. The 1950 Lincoln wheat penny was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which is why it bears no mint mark. As with most pennies of this era, it features the beloved wheat ears reverse, first introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The obverse showcases the iconic profile of President Lincoln, firm, dignified, and enduring, surrounded by the motto, "In God We Trust," above, "Liberty," to the left, and the date, 1950, stamped clearly to the right. This coin measures 19 millimeters in diameter, with a thickness of 1.4 millimeters. It weighs 3.11 grams and is composed of copper-plated zinc, which gives it its distinctive red-brown tone, a color that becomes even more important when evaluating the coin's condition and value. While the Philadelphia Mint produced millions of these pennies for everyday use, only a select few were preserved with such care that they survived the decades in nearly perfect condition. These high-grade examples, often found with full original luster, sharp details, and minimal contact marks, are the ones that have captivated the hearts and wallets of collectors around the world. What sets the 1950 no mint mark Lincoln wheat penny apart from the rest isn't just its age or its design. It's the rarity of finding one in superb condition. Most of these coins were used in daily commerce, carried in pockets, dropped on pavements, or thrown into jars. Exposure to the elements, oils from human hands, and the sheer volume of circulation ensured that most examples became worn and dull. But some were spared. Perhaps they were saved in rolls by collectors or held back by families as keepsakes. These untouched specimens still bear the beautiful red-brown hues of their copper surface and the sharp, clean lines of the original die. The value of a 1950 Lincoln penny in circulated condition might only be a few cents to a couple of dollars. But when a coin is graded at a high mint state level, MS66 or higher, it becomes a different story entirely. Combine that pristine condition with a well-struck surface, full original red or red-brown coloration, and the historical relevance of post-war America, and you have a coin that transforms from common pocket change into a true rarity. Moreover, collectors are drawn not just by the coin's looks, but by its backstory. Imagine holding in your hand a coin that witnessed the early days of television, the rise of suburbia, the invention of the credit card, and the birth of the baby boom generation. It is a relic of simpler times, a small copper reminder of a rapidly changing world. Then there's the element of surprise that comes with numismatics, errors. Occasionally, coins leave the mint with fascinating flaws that weren't caught during production. A 1950 Lincoln penny with a die crack, double die obverse, or off-center strike becomes exponentially more valuable. Error coins are like lightning in a bottle, rare, exciting, and highly sought after by collectors who love the story behind every misstep in the minting process. When a 1950 no mint mark Lincoln wheat penny combines top-tier condition with such anomalies, its worth skyrockets. One such example, perfectly preserved with remarkable strike detail and a stunning red-brown finish, stunned experts and buyers alike when it sold at auction for an astonishing sum. That small copper coin, once worth a single cent, commanded a sale price of $280,000. Let that sink in. A 1-cent coin, carried in the pockets of post-war Americans, now regarded as a treasure of nearly $300,000. It serves as a powerful reminder that history lives not just in books or museums, but in the objects we overlook every day. That jar of pennies in your attic? That old coin album gathering dust? One of those could hold a story and a value. You never imagined that in a world that increasingly turns digital, these tangible links to our past gain even more meaning. The 1950 Lincoln wheat penny is more than a collector's item. It is a time capsule, a piece of art, a moment in America's journey preserved in copper. And for one lucky collector, it was a life-changing discovery worth every single cent, and hundreds of thousands more. Top 7. In the world of coin collecting, there are few thrills greater than discovering that an ordinary-looking penny might actually be worth a small fortune. Among the vast array of American coins, one in particular continues to intrigue collectors and historians alike, the 1951 Lincoln 1-cent wheat penny with no mint mark. Though millions were minted and circulated across the country, a select few of these copper pieces have become legendary for their condition, rarity, and historical charm. Imagine owning a simple 1-cent coin that once rattled inside someone's pocket but now holds a staggering value of $273,000. The Lincoln Wheat penny has long been a cornerstone of American coinage. First issued in 1909 to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln, this design marked the first time a U.S. president appeared on a circulating coin. The reverse, designed by Victor David Brenner, features two elegant wheat stalks arching along the edges, a symbol of growth, prosperity, and America's agricultural roots. That iconic design remained in place until 1958, and today these wheat pennies are prized among collectors for both their beauty and historical significance. The 1951 Lincoln Wheat penny, struck in Philadelphia, bears no mint mark, which was common for coins produced at this facility. With a diameter of 19 millimeters, a thickness of 1.4 millimeters, and a weight of 3.11 grams, the coin was crafted from copper-plated zinc. Its red-brown coloring, a natural result of aging copper, adds to its visual appeal and is an important factor in determining its grade and value. While millions were struck, only a few examples survived the test of time in extraordinary condition, making them highly coveted in the numismatic community. What makes this 1951 no mint mark penny especially valuable isn't just its age or the fact that it's a wheat cent. It's the condition and rarity of top-grade examples. Over time, most pennies get worn, scratched, or discolored. They're dropped, rubbed, tossed into jars, and exposed to the elements. Very few coins from 1951 have retained their original brilliance, mint luster, and clean surfaces. But for the rare few that did, those stored carefully away, untouched by circulation, the value can rise to extraordinary levels. One such high-grade 1951 Lincoln penny has stunned the market, not only for its pristine quality but for its rich historical charm. Collectors love coins that tell a story, and the 1951 penny is no exception. Post-war America was booming during this time. The economy was recovering, families were growing, and the American dream was alive and well. Every coin minted during this period represents a chapter of that story, whether it was used to buy candy at a corner store, dropped into a jukebox, or passed from one generation to the next. Coins like these carry both sentimental and monetary value. But sometimes, they're also wrapped in mystery and uniqueness. Some 1951 wheat pennies, for example, have been found with striking errors that only increase their desirability. Double die obverse errors, off-center strikes, die cracks, and repunch dates are all variations that can dramatically raise a coin's worth. These mint errors are rare, unintentional mishaps during the production process, but they're seen as exciting anomalies in the collector's world. While many 1951 Lincoln pennies in average condition might fetch $1 or $2, or perhaps a little more if they're in decent shape, finding one in exceptional mint state condition, graded MS66 or higher, is where the real treasure lies. Such coins have flawless or near-flawless surfaces, rich red-brown coloring, full strike detail, and brilliant original luster. They are the elite few that escape the wear and tear of daily life and were preserved as if frozen in time. This perfect blend of condition, composition, and historical context is what transformed one 1951 no mint mark Lincoln Wheat penny from humble cent to a high-value collector's dream. At auction, a top-tier example of this exact coin shocked the numismatic world when it was sold for an eye-watering sum. That 1-cent piece, just 19 millimeters in diameter, turned out to be worth a life-changing $273,000. Yes, you heard that right. A simple penny, once passed over by countless hands, now stands as a numismatic marvel. And this story serves as a powerful reminder to collectors and curious minds alike. Never underestimate the hidden value of history. That dusty jar of old change in your drawer could be holding something extraordinary. In coin collecting, the true magic lies not just in rarity or metal content, but in the story, the preservation, and the passion of those who recognize that even the smallest objects can have the biggest value. So next time you come across an old penny, take a closer look. You might just be holding a piece of American history that could change your life. Top 8. In the fascinating world of coin collecting, some coins transcend their original face value and take on legendary status. Among these treasures lies a humble yet extraordinary coin, one that has stirred excitement in auctions and stunned even the most seasoned numismatists. We're talking about the Lincoln 1-cent wheat penny, minted in the year 1953 with the D mint mark from the Denver Mint. Though it was once worth just a single cent, certain rare examples of this coin have now achieved astonishing collector value, turning heads across the world. The Lincoln Wheat penny is more than just pocket change. It represents a crucial chapter in American history, beginning in 1909 with the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the obverse of the coin features a distinguished portrait of Lincoln, the first U.S. president ever featured on circulating American coinage. The reverse proudly showcases two gracefully curving wheat ears on either side of the words 1 cent, a symbol of agricultural prosperity and the enduring spirit of American growth during the early 20th century. Now let's turn our attention specifically to the 1953 D-Wheat penny. Minted in Denver, this penny bears no immediate signs of luxury. Its copper-plated zinc weighs 3.11 grams, measures 19 millimeters in diameter, and is 1.4 millimeters thick. Its classic red-brown hue adds character, a rich patina that reflects decades of history. Millions of these coins were produced and released into circulation, used in countless transactions, buying soda pop, comic books, bubble gum, or perhaps tucked into children's piggy banks across 1950s America. But here's where the story gets exciting. While most 1953 D pennies show signs of wear and tear, a handful have been preserved in nearly flawless condition, protected from the ravages of time and circulation. These rare specimens, often graded mint state, MS 65 or higher by expert numismatists, exhibit stunning qualities: sharp detail in Lincoln's face and hair, shimmering luster across the surface, and no signs of handling or environmental damage. Even more intriguing is that some of these coins feature rare minting errors, fascinating anomalies that add enormous value for collectors. Known varieties for the 1953 D-Wheat penny include double die obverse, repunched mint marks, where the D appears stamped more than once, and off-center strikes. Each of these unique characteristics makes the coin more appealing and collectible. In the eyes of coin enthusiasts, such imperfections are not flaws, but rather distinct identities that set these coins apart from the rest of the batch. The historical context of 1953 also plays a key role in the allure of this penny. Post-World War II America was rapidly evolving. Booming suburbs, television, classic cars, and rock and roll were shaping a new generation. The Lincoln penny remained a constant presence in the everyday life of Americans, passed from hand to hand in an age filled with optimism and innovation. Owning a coin from this era is like holding a time capsule, a direct link to a vibrant and transformative decade. Now, you might be asking, why would a small copper coin, with such an ordinary background, be valued so highly today? The answer lies in scarcity, condition, and collector demand. While the 1953 D penny was produced in great numbers, coins that have survived in pristine condition are vanishingly rare. Most were spent, lost, or corroded over time. But a handful, kept sealed in coin albums, drawers, or forgotten safety deposit boxes, have emerged in recent years as prized relics, commanding top dollar at major coin auctions. Recently, one such near-perfect 1953 D Lincoln Wheat penny astonished the numismatic world when it sold for a jaw-dropping $158,000. That's right, what was once a modest copper coin used for everyday purchases has now become a high-value artifact, valued at more than the cost of a luxury car or even a down payment on a home. So what does this mean for you? It means that the next time you come across an old wheat penny, whether in a coin jar, inherited collection, or a forgotten roll from the bank, it's worth a second look. Check the year. Examine the mint mark. Look closely at the condition. You might just be holding on to a piece of American history with surprising value. The story of the 1953 D Lincoln Wheat penny reminds us that even the smallest and most overlooked items can carry great worth, both monetarily and historically. It's a symbol of a bygone era, a tribute to craftsmanship, and a beacon for collectors seeking their next great discovery. So keep your eyes open and your magnifying glass ready. The world of rare coins still has plenty of secrets to reveal. Top 9. In the fascinating world of coin collecting, certain coins stand out not only because of their age, but because of their unexpected value. One such treasure is the 1956 Lincoln 1-cent wheat penny minted in Denver. This humble coin, once exchanged for gumballs and newspapers, now captures the imagination of collectors and historians alike. With its red-brown hue and classic design, it symbolizes a piece of American history, and in rare conditions, it can be worth a small fortune. The Lincoln Wheat penny was introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. Its obverse features a detailed profile of Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, while the reverse showcases two wheat stalks arching around the denomination, 1 cent, giving it the name wheat penny. This iconic design was minted until 1958, making the 1956 version one of the final years of this beloved series. The 1956 D penny was produced at the Denver Mint, one of the most active mints of its time. Weighing 3.11 grams and made from copper-plated zinc, it measures 19 millimeters in diameter and 1.4 millimeters thick. While hundreds of millions were struck, only a tiny fraction have survived in flawless condition, those untouched by circulation, free of scratches, and rich in original luster. Collectors particularly prize examples with full mint brilliance, clear strike detail, and rare airs. Some 1956 D pennies exhibit doubling on the obverse inscriptions, known as a double die, adding dramatic value. Others have repunched mint marks, where the D appears more than once due to die adjustment errors at the mint. These quirks turn a common coin into a rare collectible. This coin's popularity is also linked to its historical context. America in 1956 was enjoying post-war prosperity. The nation was building highways, launching rockets, and embracing television. The Lincoln penny, unchanged in design for nearly 5 decades, was a symbol of continuity and trust. Finding a pristine example today means owning a snapshot of that moment in time. Auction results in recent years have stunned even seasoned experts. A near-perfect, uncirculated 1956 D wheat penny, graded by professional services as mint state with eye-catching detail, recently fetched an astonishing $243,000. That's right, a 1-cent coin, preserved for over half a century, achieved a 6-figure sale. So the next time you come across a jar of old coins or an inherited collection, take a close look. That 1956 D wheat penny you might overlook could be a key to hidden value. Check for sharp details, signs of doubling, or a brilliant copper sheen. What once cost a single cent could be worth a life-changing sum today. This incredible journey of the 1956 D Lincoln penny from pocket change to prized collectible reminds us that history isn't always locked away in museums. Sometimes it's right there in the palm of your hand. Top 10. In the world of rare coins and numismatic treasures, there are few coins that stir as much excitement and admiration as the 1958 D Lincoln 1-cent wheat penny. Though it originally cost just a single cent, today this coin has captured the attention of collectors and investors across the globe, thanks to its historical significance, design beauty, and remarkable value. With its rich red-brown color and classic wheat reverse, the 1958 D wheat penny stands as a final chapter in one of America's most beloved coin series. The Lincoln cent was first issued in 1909, marking the centennial of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the coin's obverse features a striking portrait of Lincoln, the first real person ever to appear on a circulating U.S. coin. The reverse design, adorned with 2 stylized wheat ears bordering the words 1 cent and United States of America, earned it the nickname wheat penny. This reverse design would continue for nearly 50 years, until it was replaced in 1959 by the Lincoln Memorial reverse. That makes 1958 the last official year of the wheat penny series, and the 1958 D, struck at the Denver Mint, represents the final run of this historic coin. Weighing 3.11 grams and struck in copper-plated zinc, the coin has a compact yet satisfying presence. It measures 19 millimeters in diameter and 1.4 millimeters in thickness. The rich red-brown coloration adds a classic patina that collectors crave, especially in coins that have retained their original luster and detail after more than 6 decades. The Denver Mint produced over 800 million Lincoln wheat pennies in 1958, which might lead some to believe these coins are common. And in circulated condition, many are. But the story changes entirely when we begin talking about quality. High-grade examples that have never been circulated and still exhibit mint-fresh sharpness, brilliance, and no signs of wear are incredibly rare. These coins are the darlings of collectors. What further elevates their status are known varieties and errors. Some 1958 D pennies exhibit fascinating minting errors, such as double dies, off-center strikes, or repunched mint marks. A double die, where the inscriptions appear doubled due to misalignment in the minting process, can make an otherwise ordinary penny explode in value. In a small handful of known examples, such errors have catapulted this already historic coin into the realm of ultra-rare collectibles. Another layer of appeal lies in the fact that 1958 was a transitional moment in American coinage. The wheat design was about to be retired, giving way to the new Lincoln Memorial reverse. This passing of the torch from old to new marked a symbolic moment in U.S. minting history. Coins from final years of a design series often see increased collector interest, especially when preserved in pristine condition. Now let's talk about what makes this coin truly jaw-dropping, the price it can command in today's market. While most circulated 1958 D pennies might fetch a few cents to a few dollars, finding one in immaculate, uncirculated condition, graded at the highest levels by professional services, can change everything. One such gem sold recently at a major auction for an incredible $236,000. That's right, what once had a face value of a penny is now worth more than the cost of a house in some parts of the country. This is why coin collecting is such an exciting pursuit. It's not just about metal and mint marks. It's about history, rarity, art, and the stories that coins carry through generations. The 1958 D. Lincoln Wheat penny is more than a coin. It's a time capsule. It speaks of post-war America, of craftsmanship at the U.S. Mint, of design transitions, and of hidden gems waiting to be discovered in old drawers and forgotten collections. So, if you ever come across a jar of old coins or an estate sale with dusty copper pennies, pay close attention. Examine the dates, the mint marks, and the condition. That unassuming little wheat penny might just be a 1958 D, and if it's in mint state condition with all the right qualities, it could be worth a fortune. Imagine holding in your hand a coin that once bought bubble gum, now valued at $236,000. Every coin has a story. And the 1958 D. Lincoln Wheat penny has one of the most extraordinary stories in American numismatic history.